Hey everyone, Chris Wallachy here, and I'm really excited to share with you one of my favorite plan-to-plan Excel files. I work with Excel all day long and deal with a lot of tedious data and formulas and graphics. However, what I'm going to show you now does not have any formulas, but it does showcase the power of Excel. It's a travel agenda, and what I normally do is put the days across the top. So I just throw in some days here, and I like to break up the day by day part. So I'm going to put the different day parts, and one of the important reasons I do the day part is when traveling or if you have visitors, it's good to plan out the meals. So it's kind of an important function to make sure the day and the visit goes smoothly. Now in Excel you can simply format. The flexibility with formatting is really awesome. Let's say I want to center some of these texts up top here. You can just click on the center, and a little tip to share with you with Excel is you double click on the paint button, and what that does is it keeps the format in place as many times as you click until you hit escape. So really this is the fundamentals of my favorite travel plan, but let's get into the one I want to show you. So getting into this is an example of a travel plan for my French relatives that traveled from France to visit us here in Las Vegas. Already you can see there's some color added, so it adds a little excitement. You can just throw pictures into the spreadsheet, really easily done. Insert any picture that you like, and then you can break out the day part. So you're going to learn a little bit of French with this agenda. So there's mardi and mercredi, that's Tuesday and Wednesday across the top, and faire la grasse matinée just means to sleep in and chill out, which makes a lot of sense for the first day. Here's the meal plan. What I've done is highlighted it in yellow. So if we continue on this agenda, you can see it gets a little more exciting, a lot more detail being shown. We happen to rent Harley Davidsons, and just outside of Las Vegas is the Colorado River, and we had this beautiful, very picturesque ride along the Colorado River. And let's see, for the rest of the day, it looks like we just kind of relaxed and chilled out. The next day, we actually went to Mount Charleston, and for those who don't know, just outside of Las Vegas is Mount Charleston that has a ski resort. Literally, you can ski just outside of Las Vegas. We have a lake, we have a river. It's really nice. So continuing on the agenda, more pictures. It's getting a little more interesting. We did visit the Strip, but it took us 4 or 5 days before we actually toured the Strip, and it was not the focus of their travels. So there we go on this next phase of their travel. What they did was they rented a camper, and they ended up going to the Zion National Park. That's in the adjacent state of Utah, one of the most beautiful parks in the nation, and it's only 2.5 hours or so from Las Vegas. They also went to Bryce Canyon, which is just north of Zion. A lot of places to visit, a lot of nature, a lot of amazing scenery just outside of Las Vegas. And let's see, finally we get to the full agenda. So this is what I wanted to share with you, and you can see for someone traveling, it just makes it so much more exciting. And having the plan is just a wonderful thing to do. It really extends the trip prior to the trip in terms of the planning, but even after the trip. What I happened to do for my relatives was I added a few more pictures at the bottom of the spreadsheet. So when I printed the full agenda, it printed on double-sided, and something fun, you can laminate it. So I went to the nearby FedEx office, and they had 11 by 17 laminator, and they ended up with this awesome souvenir that they each had one for the beginning of the day. They looked at it, and they got to bring it home with them, which was wonderful. However, I have to caution, there is an issue using this plan-to-plan Excel file. I think it could happen to you. It's the same thing that happened to me, is the fact that if you do this and you show the detail and what's happening, if I click on the next tab, your visitors might come back. So they came back just a few years later, and I had to do another agenda, little more of a challenge because their expectations were pretty high, knowing of what we had done last time. So I changed up the pictures a little bit, had a little fun. We got to do different things. There's so much to do in Las Vegas. So this is what I wanted to share with you. This is a plan to plan Excel file where you can have a lot of fun. So thanks for tuning in, and maybe consider visiting Las Vegas.